I'm FlyingGrimaud, and you're looking at my 1964 PIPER Comanche 400. One of only about 50 left flying and about 145 approximately made. I've had this one for 15 years, and I've decided it's time to shift to a different style of flying. So I'm looking to sell this, so I thought I'd just give you a quick video of my airplane. She's a 1964 model, PIPER PA-24-400. Serial number is 24-48. I've owned it since 2005 for the last 15 years. And the one that I bought it from was a friend of mine in the same business, and he had it 12 years before I did. So this plane has been in family way back its lifetime. It has approximately 4,800 hours total time on it. The engine has about 975 hours on it, which is about halfway, just barely past the recommended TBO of 1,800 hours. So there's still a lot of flying on this. Same for the prop, good to go there. Equipment, you'll see here in a minute, has a Century 2000 autopilot, which was installed in 1999. Altitude holding, everything works fine on it. About 2 months ago, I just got it ADS-B equipped with a Stratus transponder ADS-B, so that was another $5,000 I put in it that you don't have to worry about. Other than that, it has a Century HSI and pretty much basic equipment, what you would expect from around the turn of the century. Not really any Garmin's or anything like that in terms of electronics or flight. Basically your old steam gauges, but they're good ones, and everything works great on it. I had the interior replaced right after I bought it, about a year after I bought it. So the interior is a leather interior that was put in about 14 years ago, and everything's in great shape on it. This holds 130 gallons of gas, and it'll take you a long ways at 185 knots sea level. So you can imagine what 400 horsepower will do for you at sea level, and it's true to performance. Service ceiling on is 20,000 feet. It's non-turbo. And I've had it up to 16,000 feet, no problem. You know, it'll get there, no problem. The motor is the IO720, the Lycoming IO720 8-cylinder. Range is very long, depending on what your cruise setting is. You can go 1,500 miles in this. Matter of fact, the gentleman that was in the business that I was in before I bought this flew this to England. So he did the stop. You don't need extra fuel tanks or anything like that. Took it over there and flew it back. And so you even see a Greenland decal on the window in the back here. She's a great airplane. The reason I'm selling this is because my son, who's videoing me, is a junior at Oklahoma State in aviation, and he has convinced me, and I'm convinced, that it's time to go to the tail dragger and something fun and do a lot more local flying. So I'm looking for something like a Super Cub or a Kit Fox. And that's the reason I'm selling it. I'm 58 years old. When I was looking at my logbook, I noticed I only flew it 35 hours last year, so my flying in this one has slowly gone down, just as my kids have become an empty nester. My kids have pretty much all left the house, so I'm ready to go to a tail dragger. Anyway, check it out. I think you'll like this. It'll go quick.